All right, Cancer, this one really bothered me. So, first of all, eternal love. Love is love is love, and it transcends physical death, and then you have complacency. So, there are a couple of different ways that I feel about this. But let's talk about complacency first. This is feeling the loss of your dreams, especially if those dreams are related to eternal love, right? It talks about how this is a warning. Stop coasting along in a situation that is not what you really want. And what you don't really want is to be in this place where you feel like love is lost to you. So, for those of you who have been single for a while, eternal love is saying that there is going to be an opportunity for you to have that somebody may be coming into, your space here where you can have this relationship, but you're so focused on what you don't have that you may not even see it. And that's what I worry about with complacency. Now, because we're talking about love transcending death, for some of you, you may have lost a very significant love in your life. And that may be where you feel like those dreams have been lost, but it lingers. It's like lingering, right? So here's what I would say to you, Cancer. You cannot stay in this place of complacency because you'll feel like this will never be realized, ever. And you will, for those of you who have lost, a significant love through breakup or whatever, you may always feel like, all right, Cancer, here's your overall. Oh boy, the devil. So let's talk about the devil. A lot of times the reason why we keep ourselves in bad situations is because it's comfortable. It's what we know. But this being the overall, the focus here is going to be about getting past the negative things that have a hold on you. Oh boy. All right. In the past, the Knight of Cups. And I feel like that's you. So I have issues with the Knight of Cups. I love him, but I don't. I always go through that with him when I look at that. But it's really about the action that we take based on where our heart is leading us. Where is your heart pulling you? Are you taking action based on how you feel in the moment? Have you taken action here to, offer love to someone? Now, beyond that, though, the Knight of Cups could just be about a really good offer that may be coming through. But it is the messenger of love and romance. I look at the Page of Cups differently, where we're talking about new feelings, the communication of new emotions. This is, I'm being led by what I feel. And I want to share this experience, So this may be the action that you have taken in the past. Yeah. No. And I'm going to say it again. Don't make this fit to your situation if this is not what you are experiencing. The Ten of Swords in the present moment is saying that for some of you, you have experienced a very painful and difficult ending. And you may have a hard time letting it go with the devil. I don't doubt the purity of intention with the Knight of Cups in terms of you, if this was your action. Now, for some of you, it may be because of the negative things in your life that you have turned down an offer. And it may have been more painful for somebody else than for you. But the way that you're looking at it with the Ten of Swords, are you realizing now that maybe you shouldn't have done that? Which can be possible here, but I need to see what's going on here. Cancer. The Five of Cups in future conditions, yeah. So, and for a lot of you, it could just be here in, God, I hate readings like this. And I'm going to say it one more time. It is a general message. You will know if this is your situation. For some of you, yeah, you have lost a love. There has been a breakup. There has been a painful, difficult ending where, you took action based on how you felt. Things fall flat and there is emotional pain and suffering. And the devil here, it's like it still has a hold on you, right? And then complacency. I go right back to that. God damn it, man. Your best path to follow, the Six of Coins. Here's what I'm going to say. The situation with the Ten of Swords, it's already over. It's already over. Now, the reason why things may have come to an end, though, could be because of actions that somebody else took. But the devil is your issue. Whether that is hanging on to those hurt feelings, not being able to get over this painful ending because somebody did something fucking stupid, which can be the case. But with the Six of Coins or the Six of Pentacles being your best path to follow, it's not about an equal give and take situation here anymore. It's about, I feel like, because I'm looking at the hands opening up and there being flowers in the hands, you being open to receiving something better, but only after you clear all of this bullshit out. It's got to be gone. You know, I always say with the Six of Pentacles, you're only going to get what you put into something. You're only going to get out of something what you give to it, right? But if you continue feeding into the negativity and the things that have, you know, chained you down so much that you're losing hope, then that's all you're ever going to see. Can you be open to receiving something better? Maybe there's a reason why this shit didn't work out, you know? Oh, in your environment, the Queen of Swords. All right. And, you know, I look at that as the response, right? You come in emotionally open and somewhat vulnerable, and it just doesn't go anywhere. And it goes to this painful ending. There's hurt emotions that you need to get over here. And with the Queen of Swords being in your environment, if that is what you're internalizing, it would make sense. I'm cold, I'm shut off, and I'm not playing games anymore. Now, this could definitely be about the person that you're dealing with. Male, female, air sign, doesn't matter. But it's because of the way things ended that I think that your response to this person is going to be the Queen of Swords. Cold, harsh, direct. And I don't think that it's something that you wanted to do. Which makes me go back to this feeling of, sorry guys, that this person did something stupid. You know, I love him, but I don't. I have issues with the Knight of Cups. I mean, this could definitely be about somebody who's not following through with what they said that they were going to do. Actions, right? Okay. Your hopes and your fears. Temperance. And this is where we need to get, you know, balance restored. This is where you need to be careful, especially with the devil being there, right? And here's the thing, for some of you, if you're already looking at this and you're going, yeah, we've already experienced the painful ending, it could be that they're coming back through, but because of the hurt emotions, you're like, no, I'm not dealing with that, I'm not playing these games, but can you be open to receiving something better? But it's really about moderation and getting away from what we are indulging in with the devil, whatever negative things are keeping you down. But I look at that, though, and I think that some of you are hoping to get back to this place where there is balance restored. You know, where you're not thinking so much with your head or your heart, that there's, you know, equilibrium returned. You know, so for some of you, it's like, I need to have patience and I need to chill. I just need to chill for a minute. You know, because this is no good. Okay. And again, right, needing to feel secure, not feel so insecure because there's hurt emotions. I gotcha. The devil, I think, is something that definitely has to do with your past. But the reason why it's still prevalent now is because, you know, I don't think it's because you're still holding on to it, but I think that you don't believe that somebody else is being authentic. So here's how I'm seeing this. Because of the Hangman coming out, you're talking about needing to see a different perspective, right? And with Temperance, your hopes and your fears, can you chill? Can you chill for a minute, get control over the hurt emotions? Or is that still going to affect what you ultimately choose to do. But either way, with the Hangman, we don't know what choice to make. We don't know what actions we need to take. We can't right now because a different perspective needs to be seen. We need to gain some enlightenment first. So limbo, I think, is a good place for you to be, especially if we're talking about somebody who is coming back through and it's already over and it's already done with. And the reason why we're looking at the Queen of Swords is because, no, I don't. First of all, the Nine of Wands, before I get ahead of myself, with that coming through and where you're ending up, you're blocking it out. You're protecting yourself. You're protecting those vulnerable emotions. It's not that easy for you to just go where your heart feels because you may have been taken advantage of. You know, if you followed what your heart was telling you and it led you to, these painful, difficult things, it would make sense that if somebody else is coming back through, you're like, I can't. I don't have the energy. I don't have to have the energy to go through this again. And then you show the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles, especially in love situations here, is never an easy thing. I always say that nobody expects to be in a relationship where there has to be so much put into it. It's going to take a lot of hard work. Right? And with the Ten of Swords and the Queen of Swords, and then going back to the Six of... You don't want to be the only one busting your ass to make things work here. And again, it's not about equal give and take anymore because there's already been a painful ending with this situation. So we're still focused on the fact that things ended in a really bad way. But can you find it within yourself to get past all of these negative things, get over the hurt emotions, and be open to receiving again and even giving? But with the Queen of Pentacles coming out, and again, I feel like this is kind of like your response to this person and the way that they've acted and the shit that they've done. But I also look at that as how it affected you because you were the one that was led by your heart here. Now, the Queen of Pentacles coming out, we're talking about self-sufficient, needing to feel secure, right? And again, it could be about the person that you're dealing with here, and it may be that they're trying to show you now that they are in a place where they're able to start giving to this relationship. But I look at that Six of Pentacles and I still think that, you need to see something. You're going to have to give me something first before I can let go of the hurt emotions and get past the negativity that is chained to the situation. Some of you may be looking at this relationship like it's just a bad trip. Like, no. But you're not doing anything. You're not really saying yes or no. Because I think that there's a part of you here that, there's so much emotion tied into this. I don't know that you can say no. I think that you're trying. But this person really needs to start proving themselves to you, considering what they have already put you through. No more games. No more games. And then be open. Wow. It's not that easy. It's not that easy. You're going to have to be patient here so that you can expand yourself and your awareness. But you have to be open to expanding in your life, and not being stuck with the devil, those things that are going to stop anything from moving forward, But again, seriously, because it's the Knight of Cups coming through, authenticity and follow through. They have to follow through on what they're doing. Because you clearly are not playing games anymore. But I look at be open and I think, and then staying focused, hold the course. And yeah, absolutely. You need to stay right where you're at, not playing games. We need to get rid of the emotional baggage and garbage. It needs to be done. Can you, though? The devil is saying you're still chained to that. That there may be, something that they did or acted on that you can't look past. It doesn't matter if they're coming through and they're wanting to be a part of your experience. So I look at that and I think, you can't allow the negative emotions to dictate the way that you see things coming out, because really it's about gaining enlightenment and gaining a different perspective on what's going on, especially when it comes to how hurt you are, right? It's time to release yourself from that. And again, I go right back to complacency. I mean, look at it, you can't keep doing that to yourself. But is this person worth another chance, though? So traveling lightly, you got to get rid of the garbage here, but you got to hold the course. You need to stay in this place of, I'm not playing games. I don't have the energy for this, and I don't want to be the only one putting forth the effort here. You're going to have to show me something. Man, Cancer, and you guys are going to have to let me know. And I can't stress it enough. And I should be saying it with every reading. Don't make it fit if it's not your situation. But whoever this is meant for, there's a reason why patience, be open, and temperance is showing up.